If you like traditional barbecue, setting up your grill for low and slow smoking is going to be the ticket for you. We're going to start out with our firebox. We're going to add the appropriate amount of charcoal. Now what we like to do for smoking is we add a little extra charcoal than you would for grilling because you don't want to constantly be feeding that fire. You also want to mix in something like hardwood chunks. Wood types, which we'll talk about in a little bit, vary based on the flavor profile you want and the style of cooking you're doing. But what we typically like to do is this. We just start off with a good lump-based charcoal. You can use briquettes, we just prefer lump. You can fill your firebox about a third of the height, so one layer about 3/4 of the way through the firebox. Then what I like to do is come back with your wood chunks and I distribute them evenly, probably 5 or 6 or even 8 if you like some extra smoke, around the top of that charcoal. I then come back with a bag of charcoal and I add more on top of that, and then disperse a couple more extra wood chunks through. What that allows is as the fire burns and makes its way through your charcoal, it continually has one piece of wood and another to hit so that you ensure that you're getting smoke the entirety of your cook. You can build your charcoal base as high as you want to go, and you really can get about 5 or 6 inches off the top of your firebox by the time you're all done building the fire. Once you're done constructing your charcoal, getting your wood in there, go ahead and place the ash pan on top. Start off your fire in the smoke position with your preferred lighting method and light on the inside away from the door to allow that slow smoke burn. You want to see 2 fistfuls sizes of charcoal burning, no more than that or you're going to be up into the 300 plus range. And once those are burning, go ahead and close your lid and balance out your vents, ensuring that you're burning a good clean fire, which means making sure your exhaust vent is partially open and your intake vent is a lot more open to get that good oxygen flowing. After about 10 minutes of having your lid open, you close it down, you should start to see your grill level in the 225 to 275 range depending on your preference. If you need a little bit more temperature than you're gaining, you can crack that lid open for a minute or two and come back and close it again, and it will inject just enough more air to raise your temperature that extra 25 or 35 or 40 degrees that you may need for your smoking. Now after 15 or 20 minutes, your fire should level off and you should have a good idea of how it wants to burn. You can adjust your vents from there to raise or lower based on the kind of protein that you want to cook.